Well, Chief support action coming up next. Junaid Bostan and Bilal Fawaz contest the vacant English super welterweight title. Safe to say neither man suffering with any shortages in confidence.
The fact that I'm fighting in London for the first time, it has sentimental value. Fighting for the English, I think it's rather fitting, but I've got a job at task and I'm going to deal with it.
I'll be honest, Junaid is a good boxer. However, this is a test for him. He should be worried.
I'm growing, I'm maturing, and I'm going to reap the rewards and show the effort I've been putting in training.
You can train as much as you want, but if someone works harder than you and someone has the intelligence, then you are a force to be reckoned with.
I intend to put in a good performance and a massive statement on. I'm focused on what I'm going to do, and he'll have to adapt to what I do.
I know what pain is. I slept on the streets, was traffic as a minor. This is a fraction of what I've been through over my life. He has everything I want, and he's in my way, so let's do this.
I'd like to emulate the traditional route, which is the British, Commonwealth, European and so forth, and it starts Friday, English title and
the new. I think I'm going to shed a tear when that happens.
They're talking very nearly over in this one. As you can see, Junaid Bostan with trainer Grant Smith and Bilal Fawaz going through their final preparations backstage before they contest the vacant English Super Welterweight Championship. Next in the Chief support, I am ringside with Mr. Sonny Edwards. Sonny, Junaid Bostan, someone you've known for a long time, someone you know very well. They call him Starboy. What does that say about the potential of this man, Junaid?
Well, I actually gave him that nickname. I did. And I've actually known Kelvin Fawaz. That's how I knew him from the amateur days. Way long before, actually, but Junaid has always been one of the most technically gifted fighters I've ever had the pleasure of sharing a ring with. He's spiteful, he's game, he loves a fight, but he can box people's heads off, and I think that's what's needed more for this fight. I spoke to him before, I went, look, you are technically one of the best fighters in the world when you give yourself that chance. Give yourself that chance, because take no mistake, Fawaz is no easy pushover. He's a very strong, well-conditioned, hardened man that's come from a deep place to get all the way here. I can remember his backstory in the amateurs. He weren't allowed to go pro. There was visa issues. There was loads of things going on. And he's worked all the way for this opportunity. This is his world title. It's an English title in the ring, but Junaid has to be switched on. If Junaid is switched on, I can't see him losing this fight. But he needs to not let it get physical. He needs to not let it get messy. He needs to not let it get emotional and personal. And you know, I'm really looking forward to this fight starting. I think Junaid's going to put on a masterclass, but I've definitely got one eye open to the danger that Kelvin Fawaz can bring, genuinely.
Well, here we go. Well, Sonny, you're commentating on this, so you better make your way ringside. Sonny Edwards joins Mike Costello and Darren Barker, but first, David Diamond.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Indigo at the O2 Arena, it's now time for the chief support of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing for the English Super Welterweight Championship. Set to make his ring walk, please welcome Bilal Fawaz.
On Instagram, he writes that they said I was too old, they said I should give up. But this man doesn't have quit in him. Remarkable backstory that's taken him to a professional career. Born in Nigeria and raised in neighbouring Benin. Came to London supposedly to join family at the age of 14. That didn't happen. He wound up in the care system and in foster homes, and has spent a long, long battle against the threat of deportation. Somehow put together a stellar amateur career, which included winning a national title, and now getting the biggest opportunity of his professional career.
And now entering the arena, please welcome the undefeated Starboy, Junaid Bostan.
Well, Jamie had to play the role of referee on Wednesday over at the Fight Week Hotel during a very spiky press conference, which Bostan seemed to revel in. And as Sonny was saying, he's got to keep the emotions in check here once the bell rings. and funnel all of that emotion and that aggression into his performance. Unbeaten at the moment in 10.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the Indigo at the O2 Arena here in London, England, live on DAZN. It's now time for the chief support of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored by Betfred, Everlast, Apu.com, Riyadh Season, That Prize Guy, and Drip. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside, all from the United Kingdom. Mark Bates, Kieran McCann, and Marcus McDonald. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, A-star referee, Mr. Lee Every. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the vacant English Super Welterweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears black and gold. He's scaled 10 stone, 12 pounds, 9 ounces. His professional record, 9 victories, 1 defeat, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former Southern Area middleweight champion, fighting out of London, England, the Machine, Bilal Fawaz. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears black, white, and red. His skilled southpaw, scaled 10 stone, 13 pounds, 6 ounces. Professional record, perfect. 10 fights, 10 victories, with 8 of his 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Rotherham, here is the star boy, the undefeated Junaid Bostan.
Boxers, please. Okay, lads, when I say stop, you stop boxing. When I say break, take a step back. Keep your hands up, protect yourself at all times. Good luck to you both. Good luck.
So Junaid Bostan set to make his first appearance in the capital as a pro. And history shows that the winner of this English title, over 10 rounds here tonight, will be well placed to have a crack in the future at the British title.
Seconds out.
Underway then, and 1 or 2 good judges have said that this potentially could be the contest of the night. And Bostan from the orthodox stance, revels in switch hitting, but leading with the left hand and starting sharply in the opening round, scheduled for 10 for the English Super Welterweight title.
Clever work here for Junaid, touching Fawaz's gloves, you know, giving him something to change his stance and then try and find the range to get through around the outside. Nice positive start from Junaid.
Really good test this for Bostan. Fawaz, he's awkward, he's game, and he's full of ambition. This is a huge moment for him at 36 to really make a name for himself. And I think as the rounds progress, I don't know if you think the same, Sonny, Fawaz starts to get more into the fight and he starts to get a little bit more aggressive. Early on, he likes to keep it long and rangy. I think as rounds progress, that may suit Bostan more.
Yeah, I think his game plan here really is, look, we probably won't be able to outbox him early on. You can see that high, stiff guard. He's trying not to take any shots. He's going to try and let Junaid use some energy before catching him and then swarming him, I think. And physically, a very strong man, Fawaz, and a man at that. When Junaid, you know, he's still going through his levels of maturity. Lovely shot, though, Junaid, and again.
Bostan showing the edge in speed in the first half of the opening round against Fawaz, who, as we heard from David Diamante reading out the records, has lost just the once in 10 fights. That over 4 rounds against the little-known Spaniard Ayub Zakari just over 2 years ago. But that does appear to be a blip. Has won the Southern Area title up at middleweight and says that happened because he simply couldn't get the chances here at Super Welter. Lovely right hand, sharp again, beats him to the punch, Bostan.
finding the target quite well here. Junaid not really committing, not really trying to lean in too far and give his opponent a chance to catch him. But nice sharp pop in his punches.
That jab to the body, key for Bostan. When you're fighting with someone that likes to lean back in defence, as Fawaz does, the body stays where it is, then you can work back upstairs. But Fawaz, he looks solid, he really does.
Lovely.
Fit, game awkward. He's bang up for this.
And I think good energy conservation so far in the first round. I think with Bostan, when he can see the target, he's been guilty at earlier fights of just keep taking it and taking it and taking it. But when you pick your moments, you're reserving your energy for the later stage. He needs to do that for this fight.
In the background there, Dalton Smith in the corner, such an impressive winner last weekend, and now Bostan looking to add to the buzz in the gym. Closing seconds of the opening round.
Hello, darlings. Aunt Helga. Futuristic scooters, old school website. Relax, web upgrades, I own them. Better design, e-commerce and smart AI. Now you're fit for the future. I scoot off now. Your digital partner, Ionos.
Two steps, yeah? All right? Sit behind them knees, lower them shoulders, jab, jab, snap, snap. If you start snapping and it comes to deliver, drink it.
10 seconds.
Good advice there from Grant. Tell him to touch the first phase and deliver when he makes a mistake.
Round 2. And also what you were saying, Sonny, that the opportunities will come. Into the second round then, scheduled for 10 for the English super welterweight title.
Slight different stance for Fawaz this round. His lead hands held out, closing the gap down a little bit. We'll see if he has any success with that.
Yeah, when he's fully extending that left, that's when Junaid needs to fire over with the right hand, just falling short of the shot. But that is the shot. Fawaz, he's got to be sharper with his feet moving out of range, but that's the shot for Fawaz. I think that right hand to the body, both need to start low here, then finish high.
And that's the key for Junaid, not switching off and not getting caught with your chin up in the air as you're on the way out. He didn't really shit nothing the first round, but he needs to keep that concentration up throughout 10 rounds here.
Just moments ago, Bostan trying that left uppercut, which has brought him closure in his last 2 contests. Fawaz just grazing the right hand across the face of Bostan into the second minute of the second round.
And he knew that one was close, Fawaz. You can see the expression on his face. Just feel for both of these early on, just start low. You're going to have more success landing the target. And that left hook is there for Junaid. He's got to disguise it though. I think the feint, he looks to parry the jab, Fawaz, with the right hand. That's where you're open to a left hook.
And he did such a good job with that shot against Jack Martin, Junaid. He slipped down to the left through a hook from a blinded position. Oh, but he takes the right hand there as he lands the left hook of himself. Just signs to letting Junaid know that he's in a real fight this time.
And you mentioned it as well, Sonny, the maturity that 14 years is held up.
And you can see the shape that he comes in. That, you know, he spent the last time I seen him was probably about 10 years ago. He spent most of that time in the gym, and you can see it on his physique.
Fawaz now looking to apply the pressure. In particular, he seems to sense there's an opening for the right hand over the top.
Good shot from Junaid.
And this time from the southpaw stance.
Listen to me. Tidy it up, okay.
Where'd you get that from?
This delicious flame grilled Whopper that's only available at Burger King.
Yeah.
Got it delivered.
Burger King delivers.
Okay.
This way. When he goes, he knows when he goes there. When he goes there, touch.
Yeah, and I think you can see the urgency came up a lot higher from Fawaz then. I think he realised after the first round, if I come in at this pace, I'm going to get outboxed. And he definitely tried exerting more pressure on Junaid, and I think he had a bit more success as well.
And enough to suggest in the opening couple of rounds that this could develop into the sternest examination of Bostan in his professional career so far, which is almost 3 years old.
Yeah, definitely tried to apply more pressure. Oh, good shot. Fawaz just missing with the left hook. I think the left hook is there, just dabbing at something. Fawaz.
I think he's having a lot of success with the lead hand, especially when he's changing levels. You said it a few rounds ago, Darren, that it would be the key, the body shot. Good shot, right hand.
And Fawaz was happy with the shot that he landed as well, almost simultaneously.
Yeah, they both landed. It was good variation. Lovely slip inside there from Bostan, looking for that left to the body. Sharpened up a little bit here, hasn't he, Bostan? A bit of a groove, good rhythm to his work. Pepper in with that jab and just staying out of trouble after he's landed good, effective, hurtful shots.
And with Junaid, his feet are so good. I mean, only a few years ago, he was my sparring partner. You don't understand, in 1 year he shot off about 15, 20 kilos, so he always managed to hold that flyweight-esque footwork. And when he does go light with the hands, he hides the shots, he lands clean ones. Look, the ref couldn't break him, so he didn't even try then.
Fawaz trying to make it ugly on the inside.
Easier said than done this, but I feel he's got to try and be the aggressor for Fawaz. As Sonny says, the fleet movement of Bostan makes that very difficult. Every time he plows forward and tries to be the aggressor, you just see a step to either side, and he's back in the centre of the ring himself.
Oh, lovely shots from Junaid there. Come from behind the jab. Fawaz jumped in, walked onto 3 punches for his trouble. Doesn't need to stay too long in the corner now.
Fawaz showing the air of a man who believes that he can walk through Bostan's punches.
He's just trying something else here for Fawaz. He's trying to annoy and frustrate Bostan, but he's kind of antics.
And we saw Fawaz dabbing at his left ear earlier in this round, and there is now blood appearing around that left ear.
Stop getting greedy. Where's towel? Right, spit this one, Junaid. Ready? Spit. Brilliant. Good lad. Don't neglect the jab.
That was a good round for Bostan there. Got in his groove, in more of a rhythm, landing some good counters. Better that from Bostan.
And it's crazy because I don't think these two ever really knew of each other until about when the fight got made, and there seems to be a clear distaste for each other, and it makes for a great fight.
10 seconds.
I think a lot of work behind the jab for Junaid there in that round. Great advice from Grant Smith in the corner.
Round 4.
But you sense already respect building as well. Bostan then beginning this round once again from the orthodox stance. Grant Smith in the corner asking for more work with the left-hand jab.
And I think the tactic should be for Junaid, make sure you're up on the scorecard way before Fawaz starts trying to burst. Then you can smother the burst and then take over from there. Nice left hook lands.
It's better from Fawaz is what he needs to do. He needs to get close. He's either got to stay out of range or very close to Bostan. I think at arm's length, we've already seen the superior difference in speed and more variety in the work from Bostan. So it's important that Fawaz picks his position in the ring cleverly.
And I'm quite impressed so far because Fawaz is clearly trying to get Junaid's emotions in, but I think at this level of maturity, he's realizing, okay, that's because I'm getting my way and he's not getting his. So he's doubling down on the box and a cuffing shot there.
There's a couple of right hands there for Fawaz.
And Fawaz asking the question, where's your power, to Bostan?
We'll see if he finds out.
Oh, and now Fawaz goes on the attack and Bostan under pressure. The first real setback of his professional career, halfway stage of round number 4. How now will he respond?
I don't know how off balance that was. I don't know how big of a shot that was. Junaid had his back to me there just then. I'll have to see that on the replay, but he recovered well. But you can see the wildness and aggressiveness, ready for Fawaz, ready to jump, ready to spring out and attack.
And he's got to continue doing this for Fawaz. He's got to keep forcing the pace. Get in front of Bostan. Be busy. Be aggressive. You can see him trying to rev himself up, get himself going. Good 1-2. These
Success again for Fawaz.
Better signs for Fawaz. Something to build on, Mike.
He's really trying to take the first shot and come over the top of Fawaz.
This now a test psychologically as well as physically for Junaid Bostan.
Make him miss, Junaid.
He's really got something to build on now for Fawaz. That's what we need to see more of from Bostan. Jabs to the body.
Sharp exchange at the end of the round, but still Fawaz standing his ground.
This is that shot. Oh no, there weren't no real shot that they landed. I don't know if anyone else has seen something that I didn't there. If anything, the best shot was the right hand.
Just
the 2 right hands from Junaid. It was off balance, I think, more than anything. I don't think he was hurt, but the body language of Fawaz then made him, you know, erratically kind of try and find his feet and close the distance. I don't think, yeah, looking back at that, not worried about the signs so far. I think Junaid's riding the shots quite well. However, I do think Fawaz's confidence is definitely coming up, and that could be the issue here.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 5.
Well, signs in that round that this was really developing into a very closely contested affair.
One shot.
Yeah, he's been very, very confident and bullish with his predictions for Fawaz, sorry, and you can tell they were genuine. He wasn't just hiding behind words. He truly believes in himself. Decent amateur. It's a style that can upset a lot of fighters out there. Trying to play mind games. Down to Bostan now with the superior skill here and speed, you would have to say, to start getting that into play, getting behind the jab again. I feel like he's neglecting that shot, certainly to the body.
Fawaz trying to hunt his man down.
Oh! I feel like Junaid getting a bit more inclined to start trying to let his hands go. I think Fawaz doing a good job at being aggressive, being wild, and then speaking to him just at the right time as well.
So hard to prepare for someone like Fawaz.
Oh, good shot from Junaid though.
Yeah, there was a lovely left hook on the ropes though.
Both landed solid shots in that exchange on the ropes.
Oh, good left hook lands from Fawaz there. Just as Junaid lands a body shot. Can hear Don Smith in the corner shouting jab, body, body. Touching upstairs and bringing it downstairs for Junaid. It's the advice, it's the instruction.
I feel like he could just close this gap a little closer, quicker, sorry. Get on the chest of Bostan.
Make the first.
Just taking a little too long for me, and it's just allowing Bostan to dominate the space, dictate more with the lead hand.
Junaid here, I think, fighting. Fawaz is fighting a little bit, getting a bit shorter, getting a bit closer. They're going back and forth for the exchange. Both fighters did a good job of making each other miss there.
Big right hand from Bostan. The type of shot that's been getting rid of opponents in his career so far. But Fawaz stands firm, and not only stands firm, but gets straight back on the attack.
Yeah, done the right thing there, just brought the right foot across Fawaz, trying to cut the ring down.
Fawaz finishing the round strongly as we reach the halfway stage, and at ringside, Jamie's with Craig Richards, who's scoring this one.
Well, this one bubbled up in the build-up, and it's turning into a good fight here, Craig. How are you seeing this at the halfway stage?
Oh, very good fight, very close fight. You know, I think a Boston match should be edging it, but it's very close. Fawaz had some good rounds. It's interesting. It's lived up to the hype. Yeah, very good fight.
Well, I was looking to use his experience here to frustrate Junaid, I think. When you're fighting someone like Fawaz, using little tactics like this just to try and get him in his head a little bit, how important is it that you stay switched on mentally as well?
Yeah, he's got to stay switched on, stay composed, because Fawaz is trying to get him out of his comfort zone. It might be mind games, he's talking to him in there, and he's just got to keep to his boxing and not get frustrated, because when he's getting frustrated, he's loading up, and Fawaz is able to counter him and taking advantage of the moment.
What do you see as the keys to victory then, Craig, in the back half?
I think his jab is sticking to his boxing, listen to his coach.
Second round, round 6.
That Jack Martin shot today. Fake the jab, go for it.
Sonny Edwards alongside us here, repeating the mantra about the jab, and that's what Grant Smith has been talking about in the corner also, as we head into the second half of this contest for the English super welterweight title. And it really has boiled in the last couple of rounds. Fawaz extremely confident in terms of how he's taking the shots of Bostan.
Yeah, slip and slide in. Well, at the start of this round, this is a good start from Bostan. I think he needs to punch off that slip. You've done the hard work, you've missed the shot, fire back with a counter. Again, that jab to the bottom. Oh, this lovely left hook.
I hate commentating on my friend Darren. Good shot from Fawaz. Junaid claimed it was around the back, and I don't really think it was. More on the side. Oh, and a good right hand lands. Needs to switch on. His legs
repeated success for Fawaz in the opening minute of the 6th round. Fawaz urging Bostan to engage.
Replied really, really well for Fawaz. It was a beautiful left hook. Good work as he's got Fawaz back onto the ropes, but yeah, he rallied back really, really well after taking that left hook, landed one of his own and applying that pressure that's been effective. A couple of deep breaths from Bostan as I'm just looking at ringside here.
We can see a reddening on the left-hand side of the face of Bostan as well.
Nice movement to take away the work of Fawaz there. He's trying to stalk Junaid, he's trying to walk him down. But again, opting to trade with him, Junaid.
Times here the fighting instinct of Bostan overtaking the necessity to box.
Oh, good shot from Fawaz though.
Another one of those right hands from Fawaz. Had success earlier in the round.
Oh, good 1-2 there.
But again, Fawaz backs himself and steps forward. Just misses with a short right hand. Fawaz relentless here, really making Bostan work all the way. Terrific exchange at the end of the round. Whatever they said at the press conference earlier this week, there will be respect building now.
Beautiful cutting, Calvin.
That was a really good round for both. He started so sharply, Bostan. You can see he's done this throughout. Fawaz really trying to rally himself on and get Junaid Bostan to engage and fight. But it was a good response, son. He landed some good shots of his own.
Yeah, I thought Junaid started the round really well, a couple of jabs and then a nice little lead hook. But then Fawaz, you know, got the range a bit closer, landed a few cuffing shots, a few shots that Junaid was trying to pull out, and definitely made it another close round. I think there has been a few of them. I agreed with Craig. I think he was just ahead, Junaid, but there's a couple of rounds that really could go either way. Fawaz doing a good job at making Bostan work hard.
Seconds out, round 7.
Four rounds to go then, and a lot could change from here on. And that's how Craig's seeing it. Just one round ahead. Junaid Bostan. Plenty close enough. As Fawaz gets on the front foot once again.
Good shot though.
Tremendous counter from Bostan.
That was so simple, Mike. It really was. He landed the jab, he swayed out of range and fired back with a right hand. Simple stuff from Junaid Bostan. I'll go back to the fight. It's a brilliant fight. And it's a fight that this title deserves. An English title, real credible, a now credible belt against two fighters that desperately want to keep moving forward in their careers, would be ultimately very proud to capture this title. So we're seeing both fighters leave it all on the line. Good to see.
Oh, walks onto a shot there, Junaid, after a nice bit of body work.
Oh. Heavy right hands, Bostan asking for a reprieve from the referee, but the referee tells him to get on with it.
That's good work.
Fawaz
Really
here,
good pressure.
sustained attack. Halfway stage of round 7.
I think this is where you stop that sort of showboating and talking to your opponent. Get to work. He's having a real good spell here, Fawaz. Don't stop the momentum. Keep working. Junaid needs to get back to the jab, and that's a peach of a right uppercut.
But Fawaz responds and now drives Bostan back onto the ropes.
Giving him too much target here, Junaid.
This has been the most sustained period of success for Fawaz in the fight so far. Into the final 50 seconds of round 7. The mouth is open of Bostan.
This is massive. This is really, really good work from Fawaz. He's unraveling here, Bostan, taking too many unanswered shots.
That's the shot.
Fawaz also letting a lot of leather go here. Does he too need a breather?
And I think Fawaz is quite smart. When he's doing this, looking at him and talking, that's when he's taking a breather after a big burst of work.
This is what it's time, Junaid!
Oh!
Good finish to the round from Bostan, and that's exactly what Grant Smith was saying. When he stands off, that's when he's tired. Deep breaths for Fawaz best round so far.
Yeah, it was a terrific round for Fawaz. Really was. Come on strong, landed some heavy shots. And at times there was some worrying expressions on the face of Bostan. Finished the round really well, landed some good shots, and it did seem as if Fawaz was taking some big, deep breaths of his own. But this is experience. This is time to show us what you've got. Stuff that can't be taught.
10 seconds.
When you throw that 2 down, he dipped.
Well, as Darren was saying, yes, we were listening in there to Grant Smith, and the corners can be important. But they're into territory now where it comes from within. Bostan having to dig like he hasn't been forced to do in his professional career so far. Coming off the back of Fawaz's best round so far. How now does Bostan respond? The very best respond positively. Dalton Smith in the background asking for the jab from Bostan.
One shot.
Again, sound like a broken record, but I feel that the jab has been neglected from not just Bostan, but Fawaz as well. There's opportunity just to get in a rhythm. I know it's late in the contest and they will be tired, but when your opponent starts offering openings and gets a little loose defensively, just start behind the jab. The right hands will follow.
Remembering Craig Richards' scorecards with Bostan around in front. And then that previous round had to be given to Fawaz, so it's very, very close here at the halfway stage of round 8.
Good right hand lands from Fawaz. I think Junaid's getting a lot more success when he's throwing that left hook, feinting it through the middle and coming around the side.
Good counter right hand, beautiful shot from Bostan.
And this developing into a fascinating battle between youth and speed and skill and sheer desire of the man who's been through so much just to get to ringside.
Lovely backhand through the middle there at the southpaw stance from Junaid. But getting walked down. And in competitive rounds, where does the judging go? Boxing much better like this when he's skimming around the ring, not getting cornered, picking the singles, which the corner are asking for Junaid Bostan, and a nice right uppercut lands for Junaid Bostan.
Yeah, I don't mind this, if I'm honest. I know what you're saying, Sonny, with the body language, moving to the judges, like aggression, etc. But I like what he's doing, Bostan. I think he's landing some nice, crisp, clean counters on the back foot. He's made Fawaz fall short numerous times this round. It's good aggression, don't get me wrong, but I think the more effective boxing's been on the back foot, certainly in the second part of this round.
And I think this is the best round for Junaid in a couple.
Good spell for Bostan at the end of the round. Recomposed, got himself back together.
Why did you win that? What? Basics. Right?
Well, the former British champion Shakan Pitters challenges for the European light heavyweight title next Friday. He's up against the Frenchman Daniel Dos Santos, and that's happening in Sheffield. And New Orleans playing host to Super Bowl 59 as the Kansas City Chiefs aim to become the first team in history to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. Available on the NFL Game Pass. Check your local schedule for availability.
6 minutes, have a drink.
So are you feeling coming
10
to me?
seconds.
The gap, singles. Hey, coaches,
Go
come on.
for it, throw with him inside.
Second round, round 9.
That's big, Junaid. Two more rounds before walk him on. Listen to me.
me to dig up points, I will dig up them. Well, don't do it anymore. No more. No more. I feel it. No more. I feel it.
So referee Lee Every making it clear. 2 rounds to go now. And still very much in the balance. Did Bostan start to get his boxing together again in that previous round? And can he build on that here? But he's caught 2 and 3 times in the first 20 seconds of round 9.
It was really the first time that we see Bostan putting his ego to one side and getting to what would be and could be successful, moving and picking the counters. Again, Fawaz looking physically very strong. He's already been hurt at all with any of these shots, and now he's doing the right thing, moving. It's down to Fawaz now to cut the ring off, get busy, get close and work away. These are valuable rounds now for both.
And when he keeps the distance and he makes Fawaz make the mistake, he's often getting the clean shot of the exchange, Junaid. But it's when he lets him get a little bit closer and he lets him throw first, again like them. A good left hook to follow the right hand from Fawaz.
Once again, a hearty exchange and both men landing with success.
Lovely, lovely shot off the rope. And that's really where Junaid's on his best. Skimming left to right, making you make a mistake, punching through the middle and then getting off. Lovely work there.
Fawaz went the 10-round distance last time out, outpointing Ryan Amos. Some felt it was closer than the scorecard suggested at the end. But now, still firing, still sharp, with just over a minute to go in the 9th. And once again, they land simultaneously. Heavy shots.
Both fighters opted to trade heavy punches there. I think Junaid came out the slight better of the two in that exchange. But a good body shot sinks in from Fawaz and it goes close again.
So much more effective Fawaz when he starts low and finishes high. You see there, he went for the 1-2 downstairs and finished up top. Better work. Oh, good right hand again from Fawaz.
Credit to both men here. They're taking shots like they haven't taken in their professional career so far and still responding. Last few seconds of the penultimate round. End of round 9, just 3 minutes to go now to decide the English Super Welterweight title. Let's get our unofficial scorecard now from Craig Richards.
Here we go then, Craig. 9 rounds down, 3 minutes left, 1 round to go. How are you seeing it?
Very, very, very close fight. I think Boston could just be edging it. A lot of its opinion, because there's a lot of close rounds. I think it's all to play for the last 3 minutes. Who can finish strong, could get the edge, but at the moment I'd say Boston might be edging it.
You've been here, championship round, in moments like this in fights. What do you have to find deep within?
Well, you better hope you had a good training camp for sure, number 1, and number 2, you just got to dig deep. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel now, so I believe both men are going to come out and give it 110%. So I reckon this is going to be an exciting round for both of them.
In terms of learning, what do you think Junaid Bostan will take from this tonight?
I think he'll learn a lot, and I think he'll learn to settle down and mature as a fighter, and he'll take a lot from this and learn a lot tonight.
Here we go then, last round.
Get those feet moving, Junaid.
3 minutes to go then. Is this to decide the destiny of the English Super Welterweight title? We've seen some tremendous exchanges. Who now can will themselves on to produce that final 3 minutes of action, decisive action potentially?
You can see Fawaz coming out really fast here.
It's a very good start to the 10th round from Fawaz. Landing some big shots. He's busy. The shots look more effective. Double right hand, and again, big shots.
Tremendous attack at the beginning of the round from Fawaz. Just checking with his corner as to whether he's cut. But surely now he can cast that worry aside with just over 2 minutes to go in the final round.
Referee Lee Every nearly took one there off Kelvin Fawaz.
And you see Fawaz virtually sprinting after Bostan as Bostan backs off. All of that backstory of Bilal Fawaz coming to the fore here. This is a chance to change everything for him. Big left hand from Bostan.
And he finds those shots when he's square, but not really square. So well does Junaid.
Oh, the right hand. He's landed 5 or 6 of those Fawaz in this final round.
He's just not reacting as much to the shots here, Junaid, especially when Fawaz is going faster, not as heavy with his shots.
How many times have we said it during the contest? When one man lands, the other does likewise. It's happened in virtually every round of the contest. So far in this last round, you'd sense that the greatest success has come the way of Bilal Fawaz.
Oh! Both fighters land.
Final minute, and still Fawaz showboating. Trying the psychological battle to break down the defence of Bostan. Both men landing simultaneously once again, and Bostan backs up onto the ropes.
What a fight through 10 rounds for the English title. Both fighters giving it their absolute all.
So close on the cards, and no one would complain if we saw this one all over again. Into the final 20 seconds. 2 tired men here, 2 brave men, 2 resilient men fighting all the way to the final bell for the biggest prize of their professional careers so far. And the bell sounds, and Bostan barely has the energy to raise his arms, almost in celebration. But it's Fawaz who's lifted aloft by his cornerman. They are convinced he's done enough to take the English super welterweight title.
I'll tell you what, Mike, a lot of the time, you know as a fighter if you've won a fight or not. And the body language from Fawaz would indicate he certainly believes that he's won this contest. That was a brilliant scrap for the English title. You could see what it meant to both throughout. Both struggled, you would say, at times to get their game plan and implement their style into the fight. And then it did come down to who wanted it more. Junaid Bostan put his ego aside in the 8th and 9th round and boxed nicely. But Fawaz, in that final round, Sonny, came back to life.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of a, it was swinging and it was throwing, that fight. I think Junaid started very well. I thought Fawaz had a few rounds in the middle with success, then Junaid came back when he was boxing. But I think that was a good round for Fawaz at the end. And look, we had probably Junaid up, 1 up, 2 up, 1 up, 2 up throughout the whole bit of the fight. But as the fight started reaching the conclusion, I do think it got genuinely very close there. I'm interested to see how the judges have got it. I can't split the two.
Professional round, last round. Professional. Of course. You want big money now. Okay?
Well, Jack Catterall and Arnold Barbosa Jr. meet in a high-stakes clash in Manchester in a fortnight's time. And this week, Teofimo Lopez was ordered to defend his WBO version of the world title against the winner. So much at stake. Saturday, February the 15th. Jack Catterall back in action. Here now it's a subdued Junaid Bostan and Grant Smith in the corner as we await the official scorecards you may have seen just before we went to that trailer for Jack Catterall. Bilal Fawaz talking to Eddie Hearn at ringside and asking whether he believed that Fawaz was the winner. Let's get those scorecards then from David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here at the Indigo at the O2 Arena, we go to the judges' scorecards. Kieran McCann, 97-93, Fawaz. Marcus McDonald, 96-94 Bostan. Mark Bates scores this contest 95-95. We have a split draw.
Well, Bostan is disappointed. Some boos from around the crowd here at the Indigo, the O2. But that was something special to watch. It was desperately, desperately close. Fawaz in his corner were convinced they'd done enough. But in the end, level on the scorecard. And as I said during that pulsating final round, I'm not too sure that there would be many people in here who wouldn't want to see that one all over again. A draw for the English super welterweight title.
A split draw then. The English super welterweight title remains vacant. In the chief support, Bilal Fawaz is with me ringside. Bilal, can we bring you in, Bilal, for a quick word? Bilal, can we bring you in? We'll bring you in for a quick word. We are live on DAZN. Eddie Hearn and Junaid hopefully going to make their way over as well. Bilal, what would you sum up? If you just face this camera here, Bilal, behind you, did you feel you've done enough to win that fight tonight?
I mean, I feel like I did enough, but the judges did not see it that way. Any man, even a blind man, can see that he was outboxed, he was outworked, and you know, what can I say? Sincerely speaking, all we can do is do our best and let the world dictate what the outcome is, and that's what it is.
How did you assess the challenge of Junaid Bostan through 10 rounds tonight?
He's a great fighter, but I'm better.
Well, let's bring in you, Junaid. Bilal feels he did enough. Do you?
It was a close fight. Could have gone either way. It's my fault. But alhamdulillah for everything. Alhamdulillah. No excuses. We'll run it back. Talking is easily done. I'll show who the better fighter is on the day. Next time coming. I should have done it tonight. I can come up with a million excuses, a million one reasons as to why what's happened is happened. That's Bilal's very best. I knew that's what were coming. I should have done better. La ilaha illallah. Alhamdulillah. So,
how did you assess the challenge of Bilal?
No, I know he was awkward, and there was nothing what I didn't expect, but that was Bilal's best performance, and take nothing away from him. But no excuses. Junaid Bostan should have been better on the night. That wasn't the case. A draw, if it ain't a win, in my head it's a loss. I can cry over spilt milk on the telly and come up with a million reasons. I know what Eddie's like. I know my man will want it next. I'm not giving up on that English title. Better should have been given. I didn't give it. We'll come back. Well done to Bilal Fawaz. He's not my cup of tea, but he's got a very good story. Shout out to the refugee brothers and sisters what are having difficulty in their time. I'm sure he's an inspiration to them, but it was neither our night. It was neither of our night. This is his highlight of his career, in my opinion. Fair play to him. But
hey, take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
We're cool, Bilal.
Yeah, we are cool.
Bilal,
we are cool.
Bilal, save it for the ring, brother. Inshallah,
what did I just do to you right now?
It was a draw, brother.
What did I do? I killed your spirit.
No.
I killed your spirit.
La
and look what happened.
illallah.
Look, this is... Guys, one minute, please, one minute. Guys, please, 1 minute. 1 minute. Listen, everyone can see the performance, yes? Even you know it.
Hey,
you went outclassed. Now, you know that because you won is because this is your home.
Bilal? Eddie.
Look away, look at me.
Eddie.
Look at me. Hey,
Eddie.
Look at me.
We fought in London. He's based in London.
Looking at him?
Give me the privilege of fighting in Sheffield headline.
Look at me.
Go on.
You was outboxed. You know that. And the reason why you won was because this is your hometown.
Bilal, are you going to allow me to speak? I gave you the blessing of fighting in front of your people in London. You're born... you're not born, you've been raised here for the majority of your adolescence and adult life. Eddie, give me the blessing of fighting in Sheffield, headlining, because when I had a rubbish performance against Gordy, that was a promise given to me, and I never received it. This is another dead performance, and I want to have the privilege of headlining in Sheffield in a small home arena and getting my league back. If it ain't a win, it's a loss. You gotta hate losing and drawing as more than you love winning, and I want that one back. Give me the privilege of fighting.
A quick one to promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, your verdict on that from ringside and immediate rematch for this one?
Yeah, listen, I always back our guys. I thought Bilal edged the fight 6-4, if I'm honest. But it was a very close fight. And I thought he won the last 2 rounds to edge the fight. In a close fight, when it's 6-4, it can go either way, right? But I'll say one thing. One thing's for sure. This fight has to happen again. It has to. Because...
Eddie, I want that fight.
You have to have it.
Spirit, my ass. No one can kill my spirit. La ilaha illallah. You ain't killing nothing. I promise you.
I got to you.
We'll get that
I got to you. You're repeating what I said. I got to you.
Sheffield, give me what I deserve. Look. Give me a headline. Give me a headline, yeah? Give him the privilege of having another pet crap.
Listen, it doesn't matter whether it doesn't. This fight is happening again. Yes. Because it's the only fight for you, and it's the only fight for you. Tonight you gave everybody a great fight. It could have gone either way. People thought you won. It doesn't matter. It's over. Respect you both. It's happening again next.
Yeah. Can we get a handshake before we do run this one back? Congratulations to both of you. Did the English title. Certainly proud there tonight, Junaid Bostan and Bilal Fawaz. A bit chaotic here ringside. It's also a steep ledge. Just being very careful not to fall off it on live television. That's the Chief Support. Still, of course, main event action